You are live. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. This is a beautiful night here, cooling night here in Singapore and in Malaysia. Is it a cooling night?
Yes, it
Yes.
is a cooling night. The weather is awesome today.
And thank you so much,
Wonderful day.
everyone, for joining in. And if you are watching this, we are going to be setting aside some amazing time today for the next 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to be discussing about gratitude and gratitude being the fantastic attitude that we need to have to manifest things in life. So Murshidah and ourselves and myself, we will be having a good time on that. Right. So Murshidah, we talk about gratitude as the right attitude. That's how we started the conversation this morning, and we wanted to share
Yeah,
this with everyone.
yeah,
So what is the basis of being grateful?
yeah. The basis of being grateful, and this is to carry on from our last conversation that we had, which is
Yes.
on contentment also,
Mm.
and it is a state of contentment, and it is a feeling of peace, and that is you are coming in from a space of abundance when
Yeah.
you are grateful. You know that you have enough, and that there is you have desires, but you are at a state of peace with what you have at the moment, and but that does not mean that you lack ambition, right? So
Yes.
we must understand that state of um, gratitude. Yeah, so we'll be addressing that later on.
Yes.
So do come and interact if you can. Your
Yes.
stories of gratitude. I would love to also hear from some of these women who have experienced when they go into that state of gratitude, something shifts in their life, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you've all experienced that before.
And the expanded feeling. So let's get some expansion in our life. And if you're watching this, get on the link and share it with your friends. Call in your ladies and let's have some fun. Of course, men are welcome. I know because this is on Womenopreneur page. So we are having good number of women liking the page. We have a few thousands of likes on this page. And we really want
Oh,
more people to experience this work with us. And what Murshidah has to offer is quite massive because she leads some amazing women across the world. And I had a chance to get a glimpse of it yesterday. And these women are extremely empowered and with so much of business know-how and also businesses that they're passionate about and conscious in their space. So coming from, and this word gratitude is what I think I should experience, the essence of gratitude was seen in that space as well, like contentment and fulfillment. I think that's what drives people forward. Yes. So let's
absolutely.
great. And so right now, when we are about to start, and we have a few friends who come online, say hello to us because we want to know
Oh,
that you are there.
hello,
Yes, and
welcome. Welcome,
maybe more.
everybody. Come on, call your friends. Let's have a chat.
Yes. And what did you have for dinner? Type in. Yes, somebody has commented. Yes, Dr. Serge, thank you so much for tuning in.
Hi, Serge.
And we just love the way that you support us all the way from the other part of
Yes,
the world. Yes.
wonderful. We have people, men and women, in Winopreneur, and that's what that is what will make the world become even better and abundant
That's right.
when both men and women support one another. So it is. I am deeply grateful for the men in this space as well. So you are welcome. Come on and stay on and interact with us.
Yes. And also get to feel the essence of we men. We men. Hello, Rupali.
Yes,
Thanks for
I
tuning
love
in.
that, Aziza.
Yes. We men. There's always a man in a woman. So there's always
Yeah.
men exist in us and a man supports us. And yesterday you had this wonderful conversation with the ladies about the energy, which is so crucial. And anyway, this topic is not on women and men, but the energy in us, the yin and yang, in Indian language we say Shiva and Shakti, the two halves of energy that shifts and creates powerful balance in in every human being, so that we can
Yes, the
become
masculine and the feminine.
right. Yes, masculine and feminine energy that really brings out the best in us. So all the work on prosperity is about that. It's about balance.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And
good value.
when you tap on the feminine, what more, women, you have this God-given gift inside you. When you tap on that, that's where you can have access to a lot of abundance in your life and a lot of prosperity consciousness setting in.
Yes.
And of course, you need to balance with the masculine. We can be addressing that in a bit. So are we on?
Yes, we are. We are. Say hello,
Okay.
everyone.
Can we start?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. One more time. Good evening to you. And today's session, we're going to be touching a very important part of everybody's life at a time where everybody's feeling everything is not enough and everything is chaos. The power of gratitude and how it can support. So let it flow, Murshidah. Let it flow.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to this space. Today, we're addressing the topic of gratitude, something very close to my heart. And gratitude is one of the very important values and also a state of being that I instill in all of in myself and in all of my business values and cultures, as well as when I do training or I'm coaching people. These are the set of values. Gratitude is one of them. These are the set of values that has to be incorporated in order for you to succeed in your life. All right. And that is love and respect. And what consists of love and respect? Three things. And Azeeza, we may want to address these other topics in other lives as well. It is gratitude, it is forgiveness, and it is giving. So each one has its law, and the law of gratitude is so, so powerful. And I found this law of gratitude to be at a time when I was facing a lot of challenges in my life. And this message came to me during a time of, I was really frustrated. I was down. So things were not going. I felt at that time things were not going for me. And I was stuck basically. I couldn't manifest, and I couldn't, I wanted things, but I was not getting them. So there was a frustration and the energy was low. And then I was just asking God at that time, like, what am I doing that is wrong? Oh, not right. So, and I was in that state of complaint. And then one morning, after a prayer and all that, I opened the Quran and I saw this verse came out and I started crying. The verse was, if you are grateful, I will give you more. Okay. And it's in the Quran. And I was like, oh my God, that kind of sunk in. And that's where I really, really absorbed that state of gratitude. And I'm like, yes, I have this. I have this. This person may not be nice to me in this way, but this person is good for me in this way. This situation was not good for me in this way, but this is what's great in this way. The moment I made a conscious decision to change my state of energy, what happened? It was almost immediate. Miraculous things started happening one after another, where I started getting my clients booking me, and I started getting money, and I started a lot of things that that came all in, like this abundance, this flow of abundance. And my emotions was like, before it was that state of like not enough. I was unhappy. I was the complaint queen, complaint queen. And then when the feeling of gratitude started going into my life, and I was manifesting, I was attracting amazing things. All I needed now was to balance all this good stuff that was coming my way, and receiving them. And I realized that I was in this state of happiness and at peace. And I was like, my energy was very high, and that vibe that I had kept attracting more and more good stuff. So, the law of gratitude is that when you are in this state of gratitude, you will actually, attracting amazing things in your life. You are you are connected to God, and knowing that there is more than enough in this world. You are at this state where you know, when you are at peace and you you know there's more than enough, there's abundance in this world, that's where you know, the law of gratitude start coming in. It is that energy that you put out there, and we carry different energies. I mean, just before this session, that, you know, if you were on earlier, Azeeza and I were talking about the yin and the yang, you know, the masculine and the feminine, you know, and that gratitude is that energy, and it's that energy, that state of being where you are and you attract, and that is really, really powerful. And that also is one of the things that we need to instill, that muscle, that strength. You know, when you go into the gym and you need to, like, oh my God, the first time is like you hurt your muscles, your body starts aching and all that. But the more you do it, not only do you look good, you feel great, right? So we are giving you tips on how to strengthen those manifesting muscles. So it can get a little bit awkward. Like I've got some people say, how can you be grateful when you are in this kind of relationship, right, or you are in this situation, you know? So that is the things that we'll be sharing during our prosperity consciousness challenge, to really program and really be that energy of gratitude, that walking gratitude, you know. Yes. Took me a lot of muscle, I mean, going to the gratitude gym, you know, because I'm like, if you knew me back then, I know you knew me for a long time, but I think at that time we met each other. We were both already in the path of personal growth and development. You know, you attract who you are, and you know, when you are in that state. But before I met you, I was known as like complaint queen. Everywhere I go, I'll complain, and things are not good enough.
Yeah.
What's that?
Nobody will believe that. Murshidah, complaint queen.
Exactly. A lot of people who knew me back then were like surprised. They are still surprised, like, wow, what's happened to you? You know, and it's that state of that conscious decision I made, you know, when I decided to develop myself personally. And it's just not just the money that I attracted, but it's the kind of relationships that you attract, the kind of happiness, that kind of sense of peace, that kind of prosperity that I didn't have before, that I felt I didn't have before. So, you know, it is a state, it is a muscle, and it is so possible for every one of us.
Yes, you know, that we ask people to write about gratitude. So I actually challenged everyone to really relate to this. And it's an expansion of our human spirit. You will feel your heart expanded. If you can just key into the chat box below, or write it somewhere in your journal or something right now. What is the one thing you are grateful for? If that is something that you can put it out, it'd be great, right? One thing you are very grateful for right now. And feel the expansion in yourself, which is so important. One of our friends who came for our Know Thyself series, she challenged herself to write 150 things she was grateful for. I was like, I have done like 10, 20, maybe 50, but 150, by then, you have no choice but to just fall in love with yourself. Don't you think so?
Yeah. So your life, yes, you have enough, you have more than enough, in fact. And it's like, what else can you add value with that? All the gifts that you have. Once you acknowledge those, and that's what it is. It's acknowledgement of the gifts that you have. And when you don't acknowledge the gifts, they're going to run away. They'll be like, God will be like, oh, okay, you don't want them. Okay, I'll take them back.
Yes.
I'll give to someone who wants it and who's grateful for it, you know? Yeah. So.
Yes. And when it comes to gratitude, and along with it, you mentioned something like love and respect. Can you expand on that so that we can discuss a little bit deeper? Because I think we do have another 10 minutes that we can engage people with. So what is it that is together? You mentioned that. Maybe you can go into something.
Love. Okay, love and respect. You've heard the phrase, you know, your heart is full. When your heart is full of love, right? That means there's no space for lack, anger, resentment, toxicity, you know, unhappiness and all that. So when your heart is full, it means that you are so full of love, and there's you know, it's so easy to let love flow out, because you know there's always love flowing in. Now, in order for that kind of flow of love and respect in your life, and your heart is full, of the good stuff, right? That's where you must constantly do these three things consciously. And if you can, like when I work with people in the business model, in their business models, I make sure this is part and parcel of their business model. Yeah. So
So,
um,
okay.
the three things, yeah, the three things is gratitude, having it, and it can be done in your corporate culture, it can be done in your organizational culture, it can be in your family culture as well, in yourself first, definitely in the way you conduct yourself daily, your meditations, your journaling, and all that, it all can come in. So the first one I say is gratitude. That means you are in that state of gratitude. The second one is forgiveness. Forgiveness is the detox, right? So we're all constantly detoxing things that have hurt us in the past. A lot of people live with hurt most of their lives, and they're so angry. And
Yeah.
you can see the state of the world right now. It is people are they're fighting for peace. They want peace, and it's fighting for peace within. And it takes a lot, and it's not, I wouldn't say it is easy, but it is necessary. And forgiveness is one of them, for you to start and reboot your
Yes.
life, right? So without a proper reboot, you still have viruses inside of you. I mean, most of you in here are, basic technology, at least like me, if you have a mobile and an internet, you have to take care of your phone so that you don't get any viruses inside, or your laptop, right? So you invest in the good softwares in order to make sure that no virus comes in. Why
Yes.
not invest in a good antivirus inside yourself? Because when we absorb all this resentment, anger, and all that, and it's in our blood cells, it affects our health, it affects our whole being, it affects our relationships, money, and a lot of things, on the external.
Yeah.
And so detoxing is so important. Forgiveness, number two. And number three is the act of giving, and activating the law of giving, if you can, in your life, in your business model, as in your corporate culture. It comes in as a, it is in there as you live your life daily. The law of giving is being activated, and as you give, abundance starts to come in. You are actually programming your whole
Yes.
life mindset, that you constantly in that state of giving. So when you give, your heart is also, the flow of energy is there. You receive love and you give love, you receive love. Yeah, but it takes habit, and it's not like one time when I have money then I give to charity,
Yes.
not just
Yeah,
that.
that.
Of course that is great, but it comes in the whole way of your lifestyle as well. Yeah, so these three things, then your heart is full. Love and
You know,
respect.
it's a very good one. It's a very good one because when you talk about giving and being full and you're giving, the state of giving is actually a natural thing. If you notice anybody who is a business person, or even if you're working or anyone, you ask them how much money you want to make. They will say 1 million or 10 million or okay like 1 billion. Then what will you do with that money? After you buy the house, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do that. At the crunch of it, right? They will still think of creating a social work, social giving causes to give. So at the crunch of it, everybody still wants to give. And it's just the feeling of lack outside. It's a very extrinsic thing. Then we absorb into the lack. And so our act of giving gets constrained. So it's very, it's something that,
Exactly.
when during the exercise for 21 days, I'm sure we'll be having this challenge where we'll be
Yes.
experiencing how we can expand that, feeling of lack that creates the fear to give. I won't give my love because I will not have enough love. Same thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
And that's why a lot of people out there live in fear of competition. They're so afraid. They're always looking behind. They're always looking sideways. They're like, oh, this person is doing this. How come she gets more and I don't have enough? And that lack is actually attracting more lack. That fear of competition is also creating them being stuck, or even destructive to others
yes,
around them and to themselves. Yeah.
yes, I
So
so
it
agree.
is it is beyond the self. Actually, it's so powerful.
And please
Yeah,
ask
so
any questions, friend. This is a very powerful information that we are sharing, and it's part of the 21 days challenge that we are launching on 15th June. We are all gearing up for it. So we want to hear
yes.
from you. What do you feel is a lag in your or you're struggling with to feel grateful for in life. Maybe you can share that.
Yeah.
And we
Yes,
can
do share. And ladies, if you get onto the program, when you get onto the program, we will be sending across the welcome packet before that, so that we can really make sure we can tailor make the 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 challenge. And we really want to go laser focused, because we have only 3 weeks to manifest and instill those habits and get it done, because the world is on reboot right now, and we need to be rebooting ourselves as well, with the way we conduct things, the way we conduct our family relationships, our personal relationships, our business relationships, and that is how we can instill more love and respect in the world.
Yes.
You know, from now actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So love it. Come
Love
on,
it.
let's do this.
Right. So you want to share a little bit about what will be covered in the 21 days, because then we can kind of round off the session with this.
Okay. Money goes where there's a purpose, right? So why do you deserve that money to come in that period of time? Because there's something else that you got to do, right? So let's work on that. That's the first week. And then we'll get rid of that drama, because we'll see those patterns in your life. That is that drama in your life. Is it a yo-yo diet with your relationship with money? Is it the easy come, easy go? You know, money comes in flux and then also leaves in influx. The evergreen victim of money. It's like always, oh, you know, poor me. Oh, you know, life is hard, that sort of thing. Is that the relationship you have with money? And also the scary money. Oh my God, if I have all this money, I don't know how to handle it. Oh, I'll be so responsible. I won't be able, you know, all that thing that you fear so much. The bills, the responsibility, and these are all heavy energy that brings you down. And then after that, you get stuck, and people will complain that there's not enough money. But these are the things that are showing up in your life. So we'll bring that out, we'll extract that out, and we'll find out about the real story behind your money story and start taking action. The first week challenge is programming. Sorry?
I love the word money story. We all have a money story, and you know, we can call it anything. You know, it comes from. I have to address this. You know, people think, and recently many people are talking about belief systems, and people know that there's a big childhood time and everything. What I have uncovered is the DNA, generational money story. There is a very, very, very important one. Generational money story can be the very, very unconscious one, the DNA. It is already embedded in your DNA. So we really need to work together, work on it to come out of it. And how much can you come out of it? How much are you willing to come out of it to create your rewrite your generational money story? I think that's cool. And look at that.
Yeah. You rewrite your generation story, you know, behind around money. So do you want to sustain that kind of limitations, or that same pattern of story, or do you want to get new empowering ones? And if you're of sane mind and you're an adult, or you're even if you're a teen, you're still welcome, as long as you can make your own decisions on what it is that you want in your life, especially in your mind. You are welcome in this challenge, right? So we'll start with that reprogramming, and you can do it. You can reprogram. It is so simple, right? And it needs support, because a lot of times you may know it's so easy, but it is difficult to carry on or sustain. That's why you do need support in this
work on it.
Yes, and that's where we are coming in to with this challenge, and also the community behind it. All right, then the following week after the reprogramming, we're gonna start practicing manifest that instant cash. How much you want to make? $20? You want to make $20,000? You want to make 50,000? How are you gonna manifest with real a plan inside, right? So manifesting instant cash. Know who you are meant to serve in your community. We also want to celebrate your strengths, because a lot of people, when I coach them, they don't realize that they have a lot of practice behind their life experience behind them. They have a lot of knowledge, but because they don't acknowledge themselves, they don't celebrate it. You know, when you don't celebrate, you're not grateful, all right? So celebrating your strengths and your life story, and turning that into your money attractor, and how to live with gratitude.
I want to add on to that because what's going to happen is the money story we're talking about. We always talk about money story or belief systems that you want to unveil, like remove. Then there is the positive thing, like what you said, not only right now. What I have uncovered is, and you will, and I've not told you about this, sis, that 2 years ago I found out that my great grandfather is from Middle East, settled in
Oh,
India, and he used to be a businessman who used to travel a lot. So I got to understand, and I was told, and I was very grateful. I met a very old, the grand aunt who was my father's grand aunt, my father's aunt. So I managed to meet them, and it was like such a powerful information for me. Then I found out how come I'm the one that is traveling around the world and doing business, and it's like so such an affirmation that goes into it. So when we get to realize that, so all this while I was thinking, I'm this middle class, working family parents, and then I know that my grandparents, they were like spiritual teachers and all of that. So it kind of I only knew that, and I didn't know this part of the money story that is part of me. When that was unveiled, imagine the power in you. So we want to help people uncover what money story that is positive in them that they can anchor to ensure that it gets them excited and motivated to move forward. And that's the balance we want to create. And definitely in the 21 days challenge, it's going to be challenging to prove themselves that they are worthy of who they are and what they deserve in life. Definitely.
that is a very powerful story, Aziza. You don't know that that travel bug has been passed through your DNA, and
Yes,
a lot of
exactly.
people, yes, and there's also been research done on fostered kids, right? They're fostered, they're adopted, and they don't know their biological parents.
Yeah.
And then when in the adult life, when they meet or they meet a sibling that they were separated from, you can see the way the body language, and they never met each other, they're totally nurtured by two different families, yeah, but the body language, the way they talk, and the way they carry themselves is just so similar, right? So
Yes.
it is in our DNA, it's passed down from our generations, ancestors, and
Yes.
it also includes the energy that they could have been carrying that has
Yes.
been transferred to you. So
Yes.
we'll take the good ones and we
Yes.
acknowledge the not so good ones and we thank them, but we will reprogram and put in new empowering ones. Yeah.
Yes.
So exciting. And
Yes.
then we're gonna put in the we're gonna put in the challenge of the steps of prosperity consciousness into your life and manifesting cash. So let's work on your habits, your lifestyle, your calendar, what you can do in order to instill those habits in your life. All right. And then we're going to have the third week, right? We're going to talk about designing your ideal lifestyle and creating the money to support it. You may want, you have certain desires. Maybe you want to travel, you want to live in a certain house, have a certain car, or send your kids to a certain school or whatever it is. And there is no judgment on this. It is as you desire in your life, and we'll work the business model around it. So this is where the masculine starts coming in, because you do need structures in order for you to be clearly manifesting and putting that in place in your life. And how to sustain your prosperity consciousness. This is another thing. You get all excited for like 1 week, or 2 days. And then after that, it's like, okay, so how long will this thing last? Yeah. And how do we
Yeah.
sustain? Yes.
Motivation, like motivation,
Yes. Yeah.
punch it.
Motivation, positive motivation. And then that's it. Oh, punch it. Yeah. So how to sustain this prosperity consciousness and the action steps towards your prosperity. So the challenge would be to create your business model and the community around yourself to be able to sustain this in your life. So this is really exciting. And I would say this, yeah, it may be a 21-day challenge, but it is a lifetime goal. It is a lifetime, a lifetime of money attractor. And this
Yes.
is something that you will be instilling. And if you're in business, this is something you would need in your, maybe in the way you manage your customers, the kind of customers you are attracting, the kind of
Yes.
customers that you are keeping as well. So this is something that is more than just a 3-week challenge. It is
Yes.
something that we are instilling in your life. Yeah.
Is the spelling correct? I think we got a new word coin. We'll become second level Bucky. Money attractor.
Oh, money attractor. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It's exactly that spelling. Yeah, yeah, exactly that spelling.
Yes, it's going to be really exciting. And whatever that we are hearing right now is real. We're not here to preach something that we have not done in our life. And what Murshidah is going to be sharing is such a powerful thing because she has walked the journey into socially conscious businesses where she's taking care of so much of other work. So it's like embedding all this knowledge and know-how that she has taken on and put into this program, prosperity consciousness work. And this 21 days challenge of hand holding is going to be so massive, and that's going to be a huge takeaway for everyone. So we have put on the link, register in the link, and we look forward to meeting you. So this is kind of a wrap for the day. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah. Yeah, I say if you're feeling like, oh, is this for me? It's so exciting, but you know, we were talking about languaging the last time.
Yes.
Okay, what I would love to do, this would be your first challenge, is to take those butts out of your your head, and and just come in with full faith, and let's do this together. This is something I am so passionate about, and I believe I strongly believe this is something that is not just a motivational workshop kind of thing. It is actually a real concrete plan to really reboot, really change your life, really instill good habits, and the ability for you to pass on these
Yes.
amazing habits and culture, life culture, that you can to the rest of your community. And that way, that is where everybody will be more abundant. Why not
Yes.
spread peace in the world, right? So we'll start with this, and do register the link that Azeeza has shared there. And I'm so grateful, Azeeza, for you to be sharing with your womenopreneur ladies.
Yes.
And I hope to be able to meet some of you, if not personally, at least virtually in the coming week.
Yes, absolutely. And what's going to happen is next session, which is happening on this Saturday, we have a good, interesting timing for you. I want, and this is something we have not prepared, so I'm still going to ask you right now. We will be having some of the ladies share about their testimony in having done something along that line. I know you have some awesome ladies who have worked with, and so we can call in some of them. They have to show up and promote their business. Let's give them an opportunity to talk about their business as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
absolutely,
that
and be more visible. Yeah.
being visible, being daring, being willing to open to receive. So we're going to get some of these people share about their experience in manifesting what they have got in their life. So thank you once again, everyone, for tuning in. It's 10 p.m. here, and thank you very much. And we look forward to meeting you on Saturday. We'll put in the timing, and anyway, we'll keep you on the loop as well. So say hello and leave a link. Click on the link to register part of our 21 days challenge. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.